We should know that one day and one night in our world is 60 small eons in the Avashu hell. 50 years in our human realm is one day and one night in the heaven of the four heavenly kings. 100 years in the human realm is one day and a night in a Trayastrimsha Heaven. One day and a night in the human realm is 60 small eons in the Avashu hell. Why? Someone who is happy may feel that the day was very short and went by very quickly. When someone is very sad and finds things to be very unpleasant, such as when you're waiting for someone or for some occurrence, then one will feel that the day is extremely long. From this, we know why one day and one night in the human realm is 60 small eons in the hells. It is too miserable in the hells. While beings are suffering, they find the time to be too long. While beings are enjoying themselves, they do not find the time to be long at all. Only after that 1,000 Buddhas come into being during the worthy eon will these hell beings be reborn among the hungry ghosts, where they will spend 1,000 more eons before being reborn as animals. Only after another 1,000 years of birth and death will they obtain human bodies, but they will be poor and lowly. America has this give to the poor movement. I criticize this because giving to the poor is useless. People's poverty is derived not in this lifetime, but comes because of karma from endless offenses in endless years. Your help is only temporary and not constant. So really help the poor requires promoting various charity events, encouraging people to do good deeds, and encouraging others to change for their better and be good. This will be the way to really help the poor. Also, do not tell people to slander the triple jewel. Promote the Buddha Dharma everywhere you go so that the triple jewel of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha will abide in the world for people to plant blessings. People who make offerings to the triple jewel enjoy retributions of blessings so that they will not be poor in the future. That is to truly help the poor. People who slander the triple jewel will be in the house for 1,000 years, after as long a time as 1,000 Buddhas appearing in the worthy eon. Then among the hungry ghosts for 1,000 years, among the animals for 1,000 years. Then we come human beings. As human beings, they are extremely poor and low class, with incomplete faculties such as no eyes, ears, nose, tongue, hands, feet, body, and mind. What happens to someone without a tongue? They cannot talk without a tongue. People have 2 eyes and they only have 1 eye. Is this attractive? Perhaps they only have 1 ear. This makes their 6 sense organs incomplete, and their evil karma will cause them to suffer mental afflictions. In general, everything goes against their wishes. They are either without food, clothes, or lodging. Otherwise, they encounter accidents such as the various accidents described earlier. Before long, they will fall into the evil paths again. Not long after being a human being, he falls into the 3 evil paths again. Bright Eyes Mother, that we talked about earlier, for example, was born in her daughter's household, but then dies at the age of 13 and falls into the evil paths. Sutra, universally expansive, such are the retributions that those who ridicule and slander others' acts of worship will undergo. How much worse will the retributions be if, besides their slandering, they have other evil views? Commentary. Therefore, universally expansive, you should know such are the retributions that those who ridicule and slander others' acts of worship in making offerings to Earth Star Bodhisattva will undergo. For this type of evil retribution, they would even have to be in the house for 1,000 years, among the hungry ghosts for another 1,000 years, among the animals for another 1,000 years. They become human beings with the retribution of being poor, lowly, and disabled. Someone wonders, must they endure 1,000 years to become human beings? Is this definite? Right, that is for sure. Shakyamuni Buddha personally established the laws for the house. However, there is an exception that is not for certain. What is this special scenario? During the 1,000 years they must endure, hungry ghosts, for example, became compassionate and want to protect people and other cultivators who bowed along with people who are bowing to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and protect such cultivators. Having established merits such as these, they do not have to complete 1,000 years to be humans or animals. Or as animals, they draw close to Buddhists, so they live in the temples or Buddhist families, so that they practice and cultivate imperceptibly, so that they believe in the Buddhas. Believing in the Buddhas, their offense karma is reduced so that they do not have to be in the animal realm for 1,000 years. They become reborn as human beings. While Elder Master Suyun was at Yunnan, for example, a chicken was brought to the temple. The chicken cultivated along with the temple residents. When the monks recite the Buddha's name in the ceremonies, it also followed along in circumambulating and reciting the Buddha's name. After 3 years, it passed away standing before the Buddhas. All these are special sets of circumstances that exempts it from enduring 1,000 years before becoming a human being. Were poor, lowly, and disabled individuals to know the reasons for their retribution, they would know that it is because they slandered the true bourgeois, refused to listen to the Buddha Dharma, and were not respectful to earth-stalking Bodhisattva. Now that they changed, they are bold and diligent. Perhaps they are vegetarians who recite the Buddha's name or cultivate, even living the home life to become bhikshus. In reforming and renewing themselves, they will avoid falling into the evil paths soon. In general, depending on each living being's special set of circumstances, one may not have to go through such a long time of retribution. The Buddha Dharma is flexible and principled. You do not have to spend a long time suffering after repenting. The chapter on universal worthies, conduct, and vows says that people's offense karma are invisible. Were it to be material, then each individual's karmic obstruction would fill space to the brim and crack it open. Fortunately, karmic obstruction is invisible, so there is no need to prepare a place to preserve it. So it does not matter how much there is of it. If you can repent, then however much offense karma can be eliminated. That is why it says, bowing once to the Buddhas eliminates offenses as many as grains of sand. Truly repentant while bowing to the Buddhas, then offense karma as many as grains of sand in the rivers will disappear. Give away 1 penny and ask infinite blessings. Donate to the true bourgeois to the best of your ability. Giving away however much you have, then you will enjoy infinite blessings as retribution. So long as you are sincere while you make your offerings. Everything is uncertain because the Dharma is not fixed. People's karmic obstructions are not fixed either. How much worse will the retributions be if, besides their slandering, they have other evil views? Not to mention if you develop some evil view to wreck the true bourgeois in particular. then your offense karma will be even greater. Sutra. Moreover, universally expansive, in the future, men or women may be bedridden for a long time and, in spite of their wishes, be unable either to get well or to die. At night, they may dream of evil ghosts, or of family or and relatives, or of wandering on dangerous paths. In numerous nightmares, they may roam with ghosts and spirits. Commentary. Moreover, universally expansive, Shakyamuni Buddha told universally expansive again. Let me elaborate a bit more for you. Universally expansive, in the future, men or women who receive and cultivate the five precepts and the 10 goodies may be bedridden for a long time. Why are they bedridden? No need to ask, it is obviously because of some illness, so that they are paralyzed and cannot get up. Why would someone be paralyzed? The source of the sickness is a heavy lust, because when paralyzed, one's legs are unusable. Legs are connected to the kidneys. Too much lust and the legs cannot walk. For instance, many people on the streets are disabled because of their swollen legs. To walk, they require the help of a cane. Their legs were not injured or amputated in a battle. They are disabled, though they have not incurred any injury or accident. This type of individual has too much lust. There are many Americans with this problem. Why? They do not know the harm in this and fail to realize why their legs are in this way, even at the time of death. Consequently, they frequently remain immobile in their beds, and, despite of their wishes, be unable either to get well or to die. They cannot live well or die well. Is that painful? They cannot do so either way. At night, they may dream of evil ghosts. Some people dream of evil ghosts and follow them in doing all kinds of bad things. The more they do these things, the worse their illnesses get. Some examples of bad things that occur when they dream of evil ghosts, and they are clear that these are evil ghosts, and yet they follow them and eat bad things, do bad things, and even engage in sexual activity in their dreams. Or they dream of family and relatives, such as their deceased father or mother. These are negative occurrences because these relatives, any relative who knows you, in fact, brings ghosts to the patient with the awful sickness that then leaves. The ghosts then use their various corrupt powers to make the patient's sickness worse day by day. Or they dream of wandering on dangerous paths, such as falling off a mountain top and being terrified. Various inauspicious things occur in the dreams that scare these patients so that they are awfully afraid. In the dreams, tigers, wolves, or monsters may come along as they stroll around. In general, all kinds of frightful things occur. In numerous nightmares, they may roam with ghosts and spirits. Kumandas may appear in their dreams often, perhaps 3 times or 5 times a night. They keep appearing because they feel their affinities with you are not done yet. You are pressed upon so that you cannot utter any sound, you cannot breathe, and you cannot move, while your eyes are all open as if in some demonic state of concentration. This would be a demonic state of concentration, not a proper state of concentration. There are different states of concentration, and we should not enter this type of deviant concentration. These patients befriend ghosts and spirits in their dreams when they clearly know that they are ghosts. They go places with these ghosts. They do not know to be afraid of these ghosts in their dreams. They only become afraid when they wake up. Sutra. As days, months, and years go by, such people may become weak and emaciated, cry out in pain in their sleep, and become progressively more depressed and more melancholy. Those things happen when the force of their karma has not yet been determined, making it difficult for them to die and impossible for them to be cured. The ordinary eyes of men and women cannot perceive such a phenomenon. In that situation, other people should recite the sutra out loud once before images of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas on behalf of any such a sick person. Or they could offer to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas possessions that the sick person cherishes, such as clothing, jewels, gardens, or houses. They should speak distinctly to the sick person, saying, "Now, before this sutra or these images, we are offering these items on behalf of this sick person." They may offer sutras or images or commission images of Buddhas or Bodhisattvas, or build stupas or monasteries, or light oil lamps, or give to the eternally dwelling. They should tell the sick persons 3 times about the offerings that are being made, making sure that they both hear and understand what is being done. If sick people's consciousnesses are already scattered and their breathing has stopped, then for 1, 2, 3, 4, or on through 7 days, the other pupil should continue to inform them clearly of the offerings and to read the sutra out loud. When those sick people's lives end, they will gain liberation from all the heavy and disastrous offenses they committed in previous lives. Even offenses warranty fivefold relentless retribution. They will be born in places where they will always know past lives. So how much greater will the karmic rewards be if a good man or women can write out the sutra themselves or commission others to do so, or if they can carve or paint images themselves or commission others to do so. The benefits they receive will be great indeed. Therefore, universally expansive, if you see people reading and reciting the sutra, or even having a single thought of praise for it, or if you meet someone who reverses it, you should employ hundreds of thousands of expedients to exhort such pupils to be diligent and retreat. In both the present and the future, they will be able to obtain thousands of billions of inconceivable meritorious benefits. Commentary. As days, months, and years go by, such people may become weak and emaciated. For a long time, not just 1 or 2 days, these people were very weak and emaciated. There are 5 types of disease and 7 types of injuries. All 5 types of disease are incurable. They cry out in pain in their sleep. They wake up screaming because they were being pursued by ghosts, hit by ghosts, or tortured by ghosts. And they become progressively more depressed and melancholy. They always hear a miserable look on their face, as if they are about to cry. They are never happy. Those things happen when the force of their karma has not yet been determined. Why is this? Their offense karma is being evaluated in the house. Their offense karma is being discussed as to whether it is light or heavy, although they have not died yet, and the question is being discussed in the house. They are unhappy while alive. They are miserable because they committed offenses and they know they will go to the house in the heaven. go to the house in the future, making it difficult for them to die and impossible for them to be cured. They may want to die but cannot, or they not so soon, or their illnesses do not heal so quickly. The ordinary eyes of men and women cannot perceive such a phenomenon. Men and women do not know about this because they do not have the power of the heavenly eye and the power of knowing past lives. What can they do considering that they do not understand there is a way? In that situation, other people should recite the sutra out loud once before images of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas on behalf of any such a sick person. Before any of the Buddha or Bodhisattva's image, when it is before an image of a star Bodhisattva or other Bodhisattva images, if you do not have the Star Bodhisattva image, recite the Star Sutra and very loudly.